Okay, so all we have left to do now is balance these equations. So if I look at the first one, what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to make sure that the reactant side has the same number of atoms as the product side. So I'm going to say, well, I have 2 hydrogens here and 2 here. I have 2 oxygens here, but only 1 here. So that means that I need to put a 2 in front of this. Now when I do that, that changes my hydrogen from 2 to 2 times 2, or 4, so I need another 2 there. So it's going to be 2H2 plus O2 yields 2H2O. So that's all I'm going to do. All right, I'm going to look at the second one. The second one says S8 plus O2 gives me SO3. Well, I have an 8 here, so if I have 8 sulfurs there, I need 8 here. 8 times 3 tells me I need 24 oxygens. If I need 24 oxygens, then I need 12 here, because 12 times 2 gives me 24 oxygens. And then it's balanced. All right, 1 mercury, 1 mercury. 1 oxygen, 2 oxygens. So I'm going to put a 2 there, which changes my mercury to 2 on the left. Now I need 2 on the right. Now that one's balanced. Okay, number 4, I have a zinc and a zinc. I have 1 chlorine here, but 2 there, so I'm going to put a 2 there. That changes me to 2 hydrogens here and 2 hydrogens here, so I'm good. Number 5, 1 sodium, 1 sodium. 2 hydrogens, but then I have a hydrogen here and 2 here, so I'm going to try to put 2 there. That makes the sodiums go to 2. Now I have 2 hydrogens and 2 more is 4, so I'm going to put a 2 there to give me 2 times 2 is 4 hydrogens. 2 oxygens and 2 oxygens, so that one's balanced. 10 carbons, 10 carbons. Chlorine 2, 2. That gives me 2 hydrogens, but I have 16 it looks like over there, so I'm going to come and erase that one. Make that be, I think I'm going to need a 16 there. And then this makes this be an 8. 8 times 2 is 16. 16 times 1 chlorine is 16 chlorine, so that one's balanced. All right, that looks like a silicone, 2 of those, but only 1 here. And that is, looks like 3 hydrogens to me. Well, that won't work because I have 2 over here. But I know 2 times 3 is 6, so I'm going to use that to see if that'll help me. If I put 3 there, that'll give me 6 hydrogens, so I better go back over here and put a 2. If I put a 2 there, that changes my silicon to 4. 4 times 2 is 8 oxygens, and then I have 3 more is 11. So that won't work because I can't use 5.5. 5.5 times 2 would be 11, but that won't work. So I'm going to make this be 11, and then I'm going to double everything else that I had and see what happens. So that was a 4. That becomes an 8. And that 3 that I had there becomes a 6. So now let's check it. 8 silicons, 8 silicons. 12 hydrogens, 12 hydrogens. 6 and 16 is 22 oxygens. 11 times 2 is 22. I know I'm good. 1 iron, 2 irons. 2 oxygens, 3 oxygens. 3 times 2 gives me 6. 2 times 3 gives me 6 oxygens, so my oxygens are good, but I don't have my irons balanced anymore, so I'm going to change that to a 4. 7 carbons, 7 carbons. 6 hydrogens, 6 hydrogens. 2 oxygens, that's 4. So let me check over here. 14 and 3 is 17. If I have 2 there, that'll give me, I'm going to need 15 here, and I have to go back and fix everybody now. So I'm going to double that to a 14, make that be a 6, and make that be a 2. 14, 14. 12, 12. 4 and 30 is 34 oxygens. 28 and 6 is 34 oxygens, so that one is good. Okay, I'm going to go on to number 10. Okay, FeS2 plus O2 gives me Fe2O3 plus SO2. I have 2 irons here, 2 there. 4 sulfurs, 4 sulfurs. 2 oxygens, then I have 3 and 8 more is 11 oxygens. I can't get 11 here. That would be the number 5.5, which won't work. But I can put 11 here, and then I can double everybody else. So this is going to change to a 4. If I can get it to erase, there we go. And this 4 is going to become an 8, and then I'm going to go back and check it and make sure I didn't make any mistakes. 4 FEs, 4 FEs, 8 sulfurs, 8 sulfurs. 22 oxygens, 6 and 16 is 22 oxygens, so I know that one's good. 2 FEs, 2 FEs, 3 O's, 3 O's, 6 H's, 6 H's, 1 K, 1 K, 2 BR, 2 BR, 2 K's now, I'm good. 2 C's, 2 C's, 2 H's, 2 H's, 4, 5 O's, 2.5 won't work, so I'm going to put a 5 there, and then I'm going to go back and double everything else. So that becomes a 4. This is understood to be a 1, so I'm going to make it be a 2. This is understood to be a 1, I'm going to make it be a 2, and then I'm going to check them. 4 carbons, 4 carbons. 4 hydrogens, 4 hydrogens. 10 oxygens, 8 and 2 is 10, so that one's good. 2 N's, 2 N's. 6 H's, 6 H's. 2 N's, 2 N's. 2 O's, 1 O. Changes that to 4, so I got to change that. 1 carbon, 6 carbons. 2 hydrogens, 12 hydrogens. That's 12 oxygens, and 6 more oxygens is 18. There's 6 there. If I put a 6 there, that'll be 18. 1 silicon, 1 silicon. 4 chlorines, 4 chlorines. 4 plus 4 is 8 hydrogens, 8 hydrogens. 4 oxygens, 4 oxygens. I am good. It's all good. 3 H's, ooh, craziness on the H's, so I'm going to save that one. 1 P, 2 P's, so I'm going to put the P's first. All right, that gives me 6 hydrogens, 4 and 2 is 6. That gives me 8 oxygens, 7 and 1 is 8. That one's balanced. 1 C, oh, 1 C. 1 N, 2 N's. 6 H's, 4 H's, 5, 6. 2 O's, 2 O's. That one's balanced. 1 aluminum, 2 aluminums. 1 sulfur, 3 sulfurs. Now I'm going to go back and check my hydrogens, and that's 3 times 2 is 6 hydrogens there. 3 times 2 is 6 hydrogens there. So I need a 6 there to give me 6 hydrogens there. Now I'm going to check my oxygens. 4 oxygens plus 6 oxygens is 10. Wow, that's crazy. Let me talk about that one again because I didn't do it right. 6 oxygens, 12 oxygens. So that's 18, 12, and 6. I'm good. So that one's balanced. 2 FEs, 2 FEs. 2 Ks, 2 Ks. 3 sulfurs, 3 sulfurs. That changes my Ks to 6. So 6 hydrogens, 6 hydrogens. 12 and 6 is 18 oxygens. 12 and 6 is 18 oxygens, so that one's done. 2 hydrogens plus another one there, so it's kind of goofy. I'll save them to the last. 1 sulfur, 1 sulfur. 1 iodine, 2 iodines. 2 hydrogens plus 2 more is 4 hydrogens. 2 and 2 is 4. 4 O's makes that be a 4 there, so then everything gets changed now. So let's go back and see what we want to do. Because now I have 8 hydrogens and 2 more is 10, and on this side I only have 4. So I'm going to put a 2 here. But if I do that, I have to put a 2 there. So this is not going very well. So let's see. 4 hydrogens, 2 more is 6. 8 and 6 is, yeah, this is stinky winky. So I got to do some playing around. Start over again. 1 sulfur, 1 sulfur. 1 iodine, 2 iodines. 2 4 hydrogens, 2 4 hydrogens. 4 oxygens, 4 oxygens. Okay. So that changes that. Now I need to go back and look at my sulfurs are still okay, my iodines are still okay, but I have some issues with my hydrogens. I have 8, 9, 10 there, and I have 4, and I have 2 and 2 more is 4, so that's not going to work. So what if I messed with this one and made it be an 8 and made that be a 4? Now I'm going to check it. 2 hydrogens plus 8 more is 10 hydrogens. 2 hydrogens plus 8 more is 10 hydrogens. 1 sulfur, 1 sulfur. 4 oxygens, 4 oxygens. 8 iodines, 8 iodines. I'm in good shape. That one I had to play a little bit with. Okay, so here we are on this one. Aluminum has 1 here, but 2 there. Iron has 1 and 1. That looks great, but oxygen has 3 and not 3. So I've got to fix that. 2 NAs, 2 NAs. 1 C, 1 C. Let's look at the chlorines next. 1 chlorine, 2 chlorines. 2 H's, 2 H's. 3 oxygens, 1 and 2 makes 3 oxygens. 4 P's, 4 P's. 10 oxygens, 10 oxygens. 2 K's, 2 K's. 2 H's, 2 H's. 2 O's, 2 O's. So we're done with balancing our equations.